Welcome to the first episode of The Dog Dish. My name is Joanie Toole and I work at the Oakland County Animal Shelter and Pet Adoption Center. And we're so excited to have this opportunity through Orion TV to give us a chance to showcase our beautiful shelter, beautiful new shelter, and the furry friends that we have back there, and hopefully get some of them adopted into loving forever homes. Our animal shelter was built in 2017. I don't know if any of you have been to the old shelter, which was, we made do. We'll just put it like that. But this is a brand new, beautiful shelter in Pontiac, Michigan, by the courthouse it's located. And if you haven't already checked it out, I so wish that you would come down and visit with us. Even if you're not in the market for a new animal, just coming and checking it out and seeing how the animals are held there. It's a new, wonderful place. And I'll talk to you a little bit about the Oakland County Animal Shelter and how it began. I won't bore you with that. It started with the Michigan State Dog Law of 1919. And what we do is we service 42 municipalities, cities, townships, villages. We patrol the area for stray dogs. We impound the stray dogs and hold them for their owners to find them. If they don't come and claim their animal, then what we do is we put them through a vetting process, get them their medical, spay and neuter them, microchip them, and then we put them up for adoption. We do the same thing for cats. We don't pick them up on our trucks, but they do find their way to our shelter, and we do the same thing. We hold them for their owners to find, and then we put them up for adoption. We have a robust volunteer program, which we're very proud of. We have at least 25 to 30 hardcore volunteers is what we call them. Most of them are there every day. And they're walking the dogs, they're petting the cats. So they're helping us out tremendously and helping these animals to socialize them and find them new forever homes. And then you'll meet later on in the show is a beloved rescue that works with us for our restricted breed adoptions. That's Do Only Good. And they've worked with the shelter for quite a many years now. And we're so grateful for them that they can help us in finding these dogs, hard to place dogs, into wonderful forever homes. We have 9 animal control officers that patrol our service area, and they run 5 days a week. Our shelter is open Monday through Saturday, and you can come and look for your lost pet and look for your new forever home. We have special events that we host. In fact, one that we'll be talking about a little bit later is the Bissell Empty the Shelters, which will be held on October 12th. Reduced adoption rates for anyone who's looking for that special furry friend. You can come on down and check us out. Also, something that's very near and dear to my heart is working with local schools and coming in and talking to the kids and teaching them about responsible pet ownership and trying to get the roles reversed on how people treat their animals. I know some people get animals and they put them in the backyard and they think that that's what having a dog is all about, when in reality, if you don't give that dog socialization and training, that dog can become a nuisance, especially if it's running around. You always want to keep your dog at home. I know they get away, but if they're well behaved and well trained, you would have less of a problem if they do get outside of your property. If you come into the lobby of our animal shelter, you're going to find a wall of animals that we've pictured. These are animals that have been there for quite a while, some over 100 days, some almost a year. These dogs desperately need good homes. So if you are in the market for a wonderful animal, and come on down to the shelter, check them out. They might fit into your family. Do Only Good is always there every day to help out with the restricted breeds, and we have other breeds as well that we adopt out directly to the public. So if you're interested in a forever home, please make our shelter or any animal shelter your first stop. And with that, I want to just implore people to come and check us out. And like I said, even if you're not in the market for an animal, it's something you can bring the kids down, check us out, see how the animals are housed. You can see how our volunteers interact, how our staff, they're friendly and helpful. So, if you're looking for something to do on the weekend when the weather is not real good, you come on down and check us out. And I really implore everyone to do that, just to see the new shelter and how beautiful it is and how the animals are housed there. And it's just 100% better than what we came from on Brown Road. With this TV show, we hope to educate and showcase our wonderful animals for adoption, and hoping that more people will come and visit us and see what we're about. And in the next segment, I'll be talking to our beloved rescue, Do Only Good, and they have a special friend for us. So please stick around for that.
Have you ever wanted to produce your own TV show, short film, or podcast? ONTV offers the training, facilities, and equipment to make it happen. To get started, sign up for ONTV's weekly video production classes covering studio production, portable HD camcorders, and non-linear editing. The 10-week workshop costs $20 for Lake Orion residents, $50 for non-residents. Upon completion of the classes, ONTV's facilities and equipment are yours to use at no additional charge. Produce your own talk show, cooking show, or short film. ONTV also offers a 2-night podcast class, which gives you access to equipment to produce your own podcast. For more information, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or visit orionontv.org today.
And welcome back to The Dog Dish. I'm Joanie Toole, and these next guests are very near and dear to the hearts of everyone at the Oakland County Animal Shelter and Pet Adoption Center. They run Do Only Good Rescue. And welcome Tricia, Beth,
Hi.
and Monica.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming. And we have a special friend here. Who is this?
This is our friend Kylo.
Oh.
He's available for adoption. He's been with us since January.
Aw, he's sweet. We'll get to know him probably a little bit later. First, let's get to know you guys. So you guys run Do Only Good Dog Rescue. When did you start that? How did that come to be?
We have been operating out of the Oakland County Animal Shelter for almost 2.5 years now. We founded it. We're 5 volunteers who have been volunteering at the shelter for quite some time, and we saw the need for another rescue who was there. We have the ability to be there a lot, so we're there. We know the dogs really well. We're able to place them in homes, so we decided to start our own rescue.
So how did you come upon the Oakland County Animal Shelter?
I actually came upon it by accident. I was going to donate some items to another shelter that happened to be shut down.
Okay.
I ended up coming to the shelter and falling in love with dogs that day. So I've been a volunteer for 6 years now, and
Wow.
love it.
That's awesome. It's very awesome. So if people are out there that want to do some good and have some time, that might be a good outlet for them to come and just
Absolutely.
donate their time.
We
right?
are always in need of volunteers to come up. Our dogs need walking, which is a great thing to get them out of their cage, get them some fresh air, and be socialized with people.
Yeah,
So it's a big benefit just to have volunteers.
That's awesome. So you are a 501c3,
Yes.
correct? Now, I know a lot of people probably are very confused about this, of why the shelter needs to work so closely with a dog rescue, with another rescue, when we do adopt out certain animals to the public, to the general public. So kind of explain the process here with you guys helping out at the shelter.
Yes. So at the shelter, depending on it's breed. And sometimes dogs with behavior issues are labeled rescue only, so they must go through a rescue for adoption. We see that as the great thing for us is we can provide a lot of post-adoption help for these animals when they leave, so especially dogs with behavioral issues. We provide training to our adopters. We pay for free sessions. We do a lot of follow-up and make sure the dogs are in the right homes. We do home checks. So really, while that policy is in place, it's not really that big of a stepping stone as opposed to just going through you guys. It's just we can offer more things that the county can't, unfortunately.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Good job, guys. Now this is Kylo.
This is Kylo,
Said.
yes.
How old is he?
They have him at about 5 years old.
Okay.
He's a pretty
He's
mellow
very
guy.
relaxed. Yes.
He is relaxed.
Very comfortable in front of the camera. Now, with certain breeds like Kylo, who is obviously a pit bull,
Yes.
what kind of things do you offer post-adoption, like for him? Say if someone adopted him out.
We do it based on the dog. Some dogs we think we're going to require more training sessions. Normally we offer one training session where we have a list of trainers we provide that are all positive reinforcement trainers, and they will come to your home and work with issues that you might be having within the home. It's better for them to see them in their own environment, the trainers, so they can actually see what's going on and give proper guidance as to how to help the dog and the family out.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I know a lot of people, they're scared of this breed. We might as well talk about a little bit about that, about pit bulls and I guess their perception in the public. I know that it's very important to educate people about that, and that it's not always the dog. It's kind of how they grow up and what environment they're in and how they're going to react and that type of thing. So with dealing with the pit bulls, do you find a lot of backlash with citizens or the public, or what's the response to your group? Has it been positive? Has it been?
It's just based on the clients that come in. Some of them do come in with perceptions that a negative perception of the dogs. And once we walk them through, we introduce them to dogs, show them, we see a lot of people actually change their opinion and get to know the dogs and actually see them as individuals, not as just a specific breed.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I mean, education is near and dear to my heart. Going into the schools and talking to the kids about responsible pet ownership, which I think is very, very important. So getting to know these breeds and know that they're not just these evil monsters, they're individual dogs just like anybody else, and
just like any other dog.
Exactly. And how they're raised and how they're handled. I think that's probably a very good point, handled with the training, and that's wonderful that you guys can provide that after training adoption. I think that's a wonderful idea. So Kylo is available for adoption.
Yes.
So what is the process for adoption? Say they come to the shelter and they see him and they fall in love with him. We know the shelter doesn't directly adopt to the general public these types of breeds. So what would the next step be?
They would fill out an application. We have them, at the shelter, paper applications, or they can go on our website. Once we have that, we do a home check. If there are other dogs in the home, we require a meet and greet, as well as with kids. Pretty much everyone in the family needs to come up and meet the dog and make sure it's a good fit. And then, that's, if everything, all the boxes are checked and everything works out, then, we do the adoption.
Okay.
And generally, we can get that done in like 1 to 2 days at times. But a lot of people think it's a long process. It's really not. We are very good at trying to get them out and get them into homes as quickly as we can. As long as we are able to check all the boxes and get them out, we'd like to do it within a day or two.
And I think a lot of people, and I've always cringed at this, the impulse. I'm just going on the impulse. I'm just going to get a dog today. It's something that people just kind of jump into. They don't know what they're doing, what they're in for. And I think with your process, taking the time to talk to them and check out and see what they're all about, I think that's a wonderful way to do it.
That's what we use our home checks for. It's not just to come and evaluate your home. It's to spend the time with you, to actually talk about the commitment, what you're willing to, what goes into raising a dog, and go over things like that. That is the majority of what our home checks are spent, is doing informing them of the process and how the dogs require. There's requirements that they need. They need care, they need, vet care, they need proper nutrition, they need socialization. So we spend the time during the home check going over that with them.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't know that going into it. I think when they just jump into it and just do it on impulse, they just see something and they want it. I mean, that's the kind of society we kind of have today. I want it, I'm just going to go get it. I really don't think they realize how much work goes into a dog and what they need. I think they see these movies, TV commercials, these perfect dogs that do everything on demand, and they don't have to do any of that. So that's wonderful that you guys give that guidance, that you give that reassurance to those people that you'll be there with the training afterwards and whatnot. So if they're adopting a dog through you, how much does it cost?
It's $125, and so included in that is that free training session.
Oh, that's
every
wonderful.
dog from the shelter, they're microchipped, up to date on shots, licensed,
Spayed and neutered.
So that price, you're getting a lot for the cost.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now we do have a special event coming up, October 12th. It's Bissell Empty the Shelters. We've participated in it before along with you guys. And why don't you kind of tell us what that is a little bit about?
So it's a reduced price adoption day. All of the animals, the adoption fee is $25. We encourage everyone to get pre-approved for the event. So if you pre-approved, you're first in the door. And to be pre-approved, you would have to get a home check prior to the event.
So, which they could probably contact you on your website.
Yep, they
which
just fill out
wanna,
once you have that, we have that application, we'll set up the home check and get that all set so they're pre-approved for the event.
Do you want to say your website so they can
Yes,
visit
it's doonlygoodrescue.com.
Awesome. And then as well as you doing that, we are also adopting cats, kittens, and dogs that are not of our restricted breed. And you can also be pre-approved if you go to our website, which is oakgov.com/petadoption. So that'll be a wonderful event on October 12th, and I think it's from 10 to 4, right? Okay, so we'll all be at the shelter. We'll all see you there. Hopefully he won't be there. I'm hoping he gets a home very soon. He's a very sweet dog. Like I said, with the bully breeds, their misconception is really quite sad, I think, and I think he's just proving all of that. He's a very good boy, very chill, very calm. I think he would fit into a family situation wonderfully. So I want to thank you guys for joining me here and for talking about Do Only Good. And you, Kylo, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Hopefully you get lots of treats. And I want to thank all of you for joining us on the Dog Dish, and we hope to see you soon.